Sarcosuchus. The dinosaur killer introduction. When we think of prehistoric apex predators, images of towering theropods like Tyrannosaurus rex or Spinosaurus often come to mind. However, not all dominant hunters of the past were dinosaurs. Enter Sarcosuchus imperator, a monstrous crocodiliform that patrolled the rivers of the early Cretaceous period. Often called the SuperCroc, this predator was far larger than any modern crocodile and may have even rivaled some theropods in sheer predatory prowess. Sarcosuchus was not simply a scaled-up version of today's crocodiles. It was a unique, highly adapted predator that may have been capable of taking down dinosaurs. Whether lurking in the murky waters or launching itself from the riverbanks in a sudden, violent attack, Sarcosuchus was a force to be reckoned with. This article explores its anatomy, hunting techniques, diet, ecological role, and potential conflicts with dinosaurs in its ecosystem. 1. Size and physical attributes. A true giant among crocodiliforms. Sarcosuchus was one of the largest crocodiliforms to have ever lived, far surpassing modern crocodiles in both length and mass. Some estimates suggest it reached 1. 9 to 12 meters, 30 to 40 feet, in length. 2. Weighed up to 8 tons. To put that in perspective, today's largest crocodile species, the saltwater crocodile, Crocodylus porosus, can grow to about 7 meters, 23 feet, and weigh around 2,000 pounds, 1 ton. Sarcosuchus was at least 4 times heavier than the biggest crocodiles alive today. Massive skull and jaw power. Sarcosuchus had a skull measuring 1.8 meters, 6 feet, long, nearly the size of an adult human. Its elongated, somewhat flattened snout contained more than 100 teeth designed to hold onto struggling prey. One of its most peculiar features was the bulla, a bulbous structure at the tip of its snout. The exact function of this structure remains uncertain, but scientists suggest several possibilities. 1. It may have enhanced the sense of smell, helping it detect prey in murky waters. 2. It could have been used for resonating sounds, allowing Sarcosuchus to communicate over long distances. 3. It may have provided structural reinforcement, helping it withstand the immense forces of its powerful bites. Armor-plated titan. Sarcosuchus had thick, bony plates called osteoderms, covering its back like a suit of armor. These served 2 major purposes. 1. Protection from rivals. Sarcosuchus may have engaged in violent battles with other members of its species. 2. Defense against predators. Although it was an apex predator, Sarcosuchus likely still had to watch out for large theropods in its environment. This armor made it difficult for any predator, even large dinosaurs, to inflict serious injuries. 2. The hunting tactics of a dinosaur killer. Sarcosuchus was an ambush predator, meaning it relied on stealth, patience, and explosive power to take down its prey. While modern crocodiles use a similar strategy, Sarcosuchus was far larger and more powerful, allowing it to take down much bigger prey, including dinosaurs. 1. Lurking beneath the water. Much like modern crocodiles, Sarcosuchus likely spent most of its time partially submerged in water, keeping its eyes and nostrils above the surface while the rest of its body remained hidden. The murky rivers of its time provided the perfect camouflage. 2. Sudden explosive attack. When an unsuspecting dinosaur, such as Nigersaurus or Tyrannosaurus, came to drink, Sarcosuchus would have launched itself with astonishing speed, snapping its powerful jaws shut around its victim. 3. The bone-crushing bite. Estimates suggest that Sarcosuchus' bite force may have rivaled or exceeded that of Tyrannosaurus rex, which had a bite force of around 8,000 psi, pounds per square inch. This bone-crushing power would have been more than enough to break the limbs or ribs of a struggling dinosaur. 4. The death roll. Once it had latched onto its prey, Sarcosuchus likely employed a technique seen in modern crocodiles, the death roll. This involved spinning its body violently to 1. Tear flesh from its victim. 2. Dismember large prey. 3. Quickly incapacitate struggling prey. 5. Drowning large prey. If the prey was too big to kill outright, Sarcosuchus could drag it underwater and drown it. This method was especially effective against dinosaurs, which had no adaptations for fighting in deep water. Once drowned, Sarcosuchus would tear off chunks of flesh or swallow the prey whole if possible. 3. What did Sarcosuchus eat? Sarcosuchus was a carnivore with a diverse diet, likely consisting of 1. Dinosaurs, juveniles and small species such as Nigersaurus and Tyrannosaurus. 2. Large fish, including prehistoric coelacanths and lungfish. 3. Other reptiles, possibly small crocodile-like creatures or turtles. 4. Carrion, scavenging on dead dinosaurs and other animals unlike modern crocodiles, which specialize in soft prey. Sarcosuchus' teeth were not well suited for slicing flesh. Instead, they were designed for gripping and crushing, meaning it likely swallowed large chunks whole. 4. Sarcosuchus versus other predators. Sarcosuchus was not the only deadly predator in its environment. Some of its potential rivals included 1. Spinosaurus, the aquatic titan. 1. Spinosaurus was a massive, semi-aquatic theropod that also lived in Africa during the Early Cretaceous. 2. It grew up to 15 meters, 50 feet, long, making it larger than Sarcosuchus. 3. However, Spinosaurus was primarily a fish eater and may have avoided direct confrontation with Sarcosuchus. 4. In a fight near water, Sarcosuchus might have had the advantage, dragging Spinosaurus into deep waters where it would struggle. 2. Other crocodiliforms. 1. There were other crocodile-like creatures that lived in the same period, but Sarcosuchus was the dominant predator in its ecosystem. 2. It likely fought off rivals and competed for food, occasionally preying on smaller crocodiliforms. 5. Extinction and legacy. Sarcosuchus eventually went extinct, likely due to 1. Climate change, its river ecosystems may have dried up or changed over time. 2. Competition, smaller, more adaptable crocodilians evolved. 3. Food scarcity, as the environment changed, prey populations may have declined. However, its legacy lives on in modern crocodiles, which use many of the same hunting techniques that Sarcosuchus perfected millions of years ago. Conclusion. Sarcosuchus imperator was one of the most terrifying predators of the early Cretaceous, a true nightmare for any dinosaur that wandered too close to the water. With its massive size, powerful bite, and ambush tactics, it could take down even large prey. While it may not have been a dinosaur itself, Sarcosuchus was one of the few creatures capable of preying on them, earning it the title of the dinosaur killer.